I was 19 when I decided to take a late-night road trip to visit a friend who lived a few hours away. The drive was long and mostly through empty highways. Around midnight, I pulled into a small gas station in the middle of nowhere to fill up my car. The place looked deserted. Just one flickering light above the pumps and a dusty little shop that looked like it hadn't been updated in decades. As I was pumping gas, I noticed a man standing by the store's entrance. He wasn't buying anything, just standing perfectly still, staring at me. He wore a dirty jacket and an old baseball cap pulled low over his face. I tried not to look at him, but my stomach dropped when he slowly raised his hand and waved. Not a friendly wave, more like a slow, unsettling acknowledgement that he knew I was there. I hurried inside to pay, hoping to avoid him. The clerk barely looked up, muttering the total. When I came back outside, the man was gone. I looked around nervously, scanned the lot. Nothing. Relieved, I got into my car. But just before I pulled out, I glanced in my rearview mirror. That same man was crouching by the back of my car, his face illuminated by the dim light, smiling up at me. I floored it out of there, heart pounding. For the rest of the drive, I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was still watching me from the darkness. This happened to my uncle in the early 2000s. He was driving home late one night on a desolate stretch of highway. He said he hadn't seen another car for over an hour. Then, out of nowhere, he saw a woman walking along the side of the road. She was barefoot, wearing what looked like a torn white dress. He slowed down, thinking she might need help. When he rolled down his window to ask if she was okay, she stopped walking and turned her head toward him. My uncle swore her eyes were pitch black, no whites at all. She didn't say a word. Terrified, he hit the gas and sped off. But a mile or so later, his headlights caught something ahead. That same woman was standing in the middle of the road. He swerved at the last second, barely avoiding her. When he looked back in the mirror, she was gone. He drove the rest of the way home without stopping. To this day, he refuses to take that highway at night. 2 years ago, my friends and I went on a weekend road trip. There were 3 of us in the car, and we were driving through a rural area late at night, laughing, playing music, just enjoying ourselves. But then we noticed a car behind us. At first, nothing seemed strange. It's normal to have someone driving the same way. But after 20 minutes, it was still there. Every turn we took, it followed. We slowed down. The car slowed down too. We sped up. It sped up. The laughter in the car quickly died, replaced by silence and fear. My friend who was driving tried pulling into a random dirt road, hoping the car would keep going. But the moment we turned off, their headlights followed. We panicked. My friend floored it, racing down that road, but it was rough and unpaved. After a minute, the car behind us suddenly cut its headlights. Total darkness. We drove blind for as long as we could, finally pulling over and killing our own lights. We sat there frozen, barely breathing. After a few minutes, we thought maybe they had left. But when we looked behind us, the car was parked about 50 feet back, lights still off, just sitting there, watching. We didn't move until dawn. And when the sun finally rose, the car was gone. I was on a solo cross-country road trip a few summers ago. After driving for nearly 12 hours, I pulled off at a small roadside motel. It was cheap, run down, and mostly empty, but I was exhausted. The man at the front desk gave me a key without saying much, just staring at me a little too long. My room was on the ground floor, right next to the parking lot. I remember lying down and instantly drifting off to sleep. Sometime around 2 a.m., I woke up to the sound of someone jiggling the doorknob. My heart stopped. I sat up, listening, hoping I had imagined it. Then I heard whispering outside my window, multiple voices. I slowly peeked through the curtain, and what I saw made my blood run cold. There were 3 men standing outside my door, one of them holding a crowbar. They weren't talking loudly, just muttering to each other as if planning something. I grabbed my phone, ready to call the police, when suddenly all 3 of them turned and looked directly at my window. I froze. My curtain had been slightly open, and they had seen me. Without thinking, I backed away, grabbed my bag, and slipped out the bathroom window. I ran to my car and peeled out of that lot as fast as I could. When I looked back in my mirror, the 3 men were standing in the parking lot, watching me drive away. I never stayed in a roadside motel again.